Today, we are going to talk about one of the greediest and laziest cards from Magic 2019 and why I love it so much. Greetings, owners of fine luxury cardboard rectangles. Today, we are here to discuss another card that has come down the pike. This one caught my eye. The first thing that I thought of, we're going to talk about the card that it made me think of before we talk about the actual card. So, for those of you who don't know, get on in the Wayback Time Machine. Come get on Papa Purple's lap, because that's how the time machine works. It's all creepy and weird. So get on my lap. We're going back in time. We're going back to the mid-90s. All right, I'm gonna rock your world. Don't ask me what that weird mustache maneuver was about, but that's just how we roll here. So, gonna rock your world with the rock of CATHARINES. Most of you probably don't know, but if you're old school and you like playing red, you definitely know it, because back in the day, there were like no red flyers. You had your Shivan Dragon, you had Rock of CATHARINES, those two had flying built in. You had Goblin Balloon Brigade, which could gain flying, but it didn't have flying built in. And other than that, until Arabian Nights started going, here's like Bird Maiden and stuff, that's it for red. So Rock of CATHARINES, 1 red, 3 colorless, for a 3/3 flyer and just a big old block of flavor text saying, we encountered a valley topped with immense boulders and eerie rock formations. Suddenly, one of the boulders toppled from its perch and spread gargantuan wings, casting a shadow of darkness and sending us fleeing in terror. That's amazingly evocative flavor text. And the artwork on Rock of CATHARINES, it's got this kind of washed out, like, pale feel to it, and you get a sense of the scope of the immensity of it when you look down into its claw and you see it's literally holding up like a full-size dude or something. I can't remember if that's a dude or an elephant. It's kind of hard to tell, but if you look down in the lake, you can see there's a tiny little ship down there as well. So this rock is absolutely massive. So you just got this gigantic flyer that's sitting there with its meal in its hand. So how does that tie into today's card? Well, today's card is also a big fat flyer that likes to eat, and that is Demanding Dragon. Talk about greedy and lazy. This card takes the cake for that in an amazing way. So let's dive in. Let's take a look at what we get. Oh my God, legit, I'm not even gonna lie. I thought this cost 2 red and 4 colorless, okay? So I'm reading it again and seeing now that it costs 2 red and 3 colorless. What? Because I only briefly looked at the casting cost. The rest of it made me go, oh yeah. So 5 mana for a 5/5. Wow, this thing's actually going to be a lot better than I thought it was. I thought this would just be a more fun kind of flavor card, but when you hack that mana off, it moves into far more competitive territory. Because when you take a look at the actual ability of the card, so 5 mana gets you a 5/5 flyer. When it enters the battlefield, it deals 5 damage to target opponent unless that player sacrifices a creature. So first of all, if they don't have a creature at all, boom, they're taking 5 damage automatically, which is it's just ridiculous. 5 mana for a 5/5 dragon and also 5 to your opponent's dome. That's really, really solid. I also really enjoy the sacrificing concept with this because black has a lot of cards that force your opponent to sacrifice cards. This is more of a conditional discard that fits perfectly within the flavor. The flavor of this card is absolutely perfect when it comes to the actual mechanics of it. Because what we have here is a dragon that shows up and it flies up to your opponent and it makes a demand. Feed me or I'm going to set you on fire. That's literally what this translates into. It wants to eat one of your opponent's creatures. It says, give me a meal or I'm going to burn you. I don't want to go and hunt. I don't want to deal with finding the food myself. I'm greedy and I'm lazy. I'm a dragon and I'm powerful enough to back it up. So you're going to feed me or you're going to burn. That is amazing. You look at the flavor text. A knight's devotion to their steed goes only so far. Now, what are they talking about there? And that's when you take a look at the artwork and you notice, oh my God, that dragon is carrying away an armored horse. And as soon as I saw the armored horse, my brain was like, Rock of CATHARINES, thinking of something gargantuan and flying like that. That's just like, here we go, here's my meal. Like, mind-blowing size and scale. Can you imagine how horrifying it would be to be just sailing through the air? This is your first time as a flightless creature ever flying, and you know you're doomed. Like, this thing's gonna eat you wherever it's taking you. And in the meantime, you can't wriggle free and escape. You can't run away. You can't fly. You're gonna plummet to your death. That is horrifying. Now, when we look at the artwork, again, we're looking at a home run. This entire card, to me, it's beautiful. I love this artwork. Has that same kind of muted tone that the Rock of Courageous does. Now, obviously, there's more color to it, but with a lot of dragons, you'll get a lot of vibrancy to them. You know, like Hypersonic Dragon is like got this really rich red kind of body to it, but this Demanding Dragon has like a deeper kind of like deep red crimson kind of, well, maybe no, crimson's a really bright red. I don't know like the name for a specifically like low register red off the top of my head, but either way, it's a really muted kind of red with blue tones to it, with like a blue and kind of blacky stormy sky behind it, the blue mountains, and then the lands below it are all just kind of like that, like bleached out kind of grasses. There's nothing vibrant anywhere in this artwork. It's all got kind of a muted, like not like really intense tone. And a lot of dragons will be depicted like either like breathing fire, like here we go, here's my big dragon fire breath, which you get with things like Scion of the Dragon, where it's blasting out that fire. Or you'll have dragons caught in action poses, like in, what is it, Dragon Tempest, where you've got a bunch of dragons flying out of it, and you can tell they're like storming down on you. Dragons are generally depicted either in an actiony kind of pose, or even full on like gouting flame or whatever, and then occasionally like regally proud, right? Like just like, rah, like think Varric's Bladewing, just kind of, yes, I am a proud dragon. But rarely do you see a dragon like this. This is a dragon that is just on its way home to eat a meal, right? This is a greedy, lazy dragon that's already accomplished its goal, and it's flying off to its mountainous home to just devour this horse. And so the flavor of it works perfectly, and it makes this dragon feel distinct by giving it this muted non-energy tone, like non-energy tone. It's got a different energy to it. I just genuinely enjoy the way that the whole thing ties together. So a knight's devotion to their steed goes only so far is absolutely fantastic flavor text. Sometimes when they go for jokey flavor text, it fails and it lessens the impact of the card. But in this case, you can totally look at that and get a chuckle, and you can also just be like, whoa, that makes perfect sense. It's like, hey, I love my horse, but this dragon's gonna set me on fire. Eat my horse, bro. Eat my horse. That's what it boils down to. Yeah, so this to me is absolutely beautiful card design. Thumbs up 100% on this one. There's literally no flaws that I find to pick this card apart with. I think this is absolutely great. This is how Magic design should be done. So, let me know what you guys think. If you're new here, reach on down and tickle my subscribe button. Stick around. We'll have some more fun going forwards. Always something new coming down the pike. See you later.
Hello. This is Enrique, all the way from Portugal. I'm here just to say that I was about 20 years without playing Magic, but now I'm back and I love this channel. And together we are the 6th color of Magic.